everybody, Geraldine Rose here with a Valentine card. I know, right? It's from the backlog when we had all the audio issues that we hope to fix now. For those that didn't know, we've been having audio trouble where I've actually sounded like Charlie Brown's teacher, wah, 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 with a whole bunch of reverb. And it happened during a thunderstorm when we were taping. Couldn't figure it out for the life of us. Tried a whole bunch of different things, like even buying brand new microphones. And it turns out it was something as simple as the sound card had gotten corrupted. So we uninstalled that and its drivers, reinstalled, and it seems to fix the problem. Now this card, yes, it's one of the backlog, and it was for the Altenew challenge. This was for the 30 days of crafting, and it was for the day that make a Valentine card for someone special. So of course we have to send one up to Mom. And so that's our special person, one of our special people in our life. I used the Altenew Stargazer Lily. It's one of the craft flower ones. It doesn't have the keyhole system, but you can see that on the back there where I'm looking to see where to align these into place, it does have a guide that lets you know where you need to put things in. I started out by ink blending, of course, some different colors on the edges and in the center to deepen those petals up from what the original cardstock was. You can see that I'm working on the leaves and the stamens and the pistils as well too. This craft of flower set, it's got 3 lilies in it, and while it doesn't have the keyhole system on it, that layout guide that's on the back of the package, you can see that I keep looking over to refer to it on which part goes where. I'm just finishing up gluing these down, and then I'm going to get out one of my alcohol markers. You know how lilies have got those little dots in the middle? So that's what I'm going to do next. Didn't think you needed to see that. It's just basically, take something that you've got and dot down the little dots, or maybe splatter them as well. That would work. Here I'm deepening up the leaves before I insert them under the flowers. There in the top right, you'll see what I thought was originally going to be my back panel. It was from a workshop that we had, so I could not record it. I took it a bit further. I inked up the Elegant Swirls stencil, sprayed it with some mica and some water, flipped it over. Then once it was dry, and the positive part of the stencil, I took some of the Altenew embossing paste, put that over, let it soak up the ink from underneath, and that was my panel. While I'm painting the anthers of the stamens with some mica spray, and later when they were dry, I put some glossy accents on top of them, I'm looking at the panel and I'm looking at the flowers and just they don't quite go to me. So my mind's percolating on what I'm going to do about that. In the meantime, got out the die set. This was the Stylish Greetings, the Love You, and cut that out of 2 metallics and stacked them so that it had a different shadow in the back. And then I figured it out. Chopped down that back panel into a heart. So I cut that by hand, placed it on some cream rice paper for some neutral texture in the background, then laced the edge with the Nouveau Copper Penny crystal drops around the outside. While this is drying, I am going to go to the next step, which is gluing those Stargazer lilies on. And it doesn't matter if they set down into that because, of course, it's underneath. The 2 bottom ones were fine, but the top one, the third one, the biggest lily, I wanted to raise up a little bit. Got out my Altenew foam, and you can see I am cutting it for each of the petals behind here so that it will have some support under each of those particular petals that's sticking out. Of course, always taking my time to get it exactly in the spot that I want. I hover over and move it back and forth. Here I'm wiggling in the leaves underneath so that it kind of swirls all back into the center on that and, complements the colors that are going on. Really, it was more intuition than anything else. It's just like, okay, I'm going to tuck these in here. I can see though that it's still missing something. So I've still got some of that panel left. And I'm thinking about what to do with it. In the meantime, okay, well, I'm figuring that out. I'm going to glue the die cut down with the Love You because, hey, it's Valentine's, right? And we need to spread more of that in this world. It's a 2-piecer, so again, doing the hovering thing. This is where I figured out what I was going to do with the rest of the back panel. I got out one of my old Poppy Stamps heart die cuts and cut some more of that textured panel out. I'm going to glue them down. I've got 2 up at the top and 3 down at the bottom. Your eye likes to complete groupings of prime numbers, so that's 2, 3, 5, and when you add these together, hey, that's all. There's 2 prime at the top, 3 prime at the bottom, and 2 plus 3, that's 5. With those all glued down, of course, now it's time that, because the plan deviated from the original plan, surprise, 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 now it's time for shiny, shiny, bling, bling, because, hey, it makes everything better. I got out the Ranger, I think that's the Winterberry, another mica spray, got it down here. I have masked off the rest of the card because I'm like, I only want it on the Stargazer Lilies. And I'm trying out JC's trick of using a water brush to tap the mica on just to see how big the splatters are. And it actually did really good. I was surprised. So I'm a convert. I have been using that half the time and then half my fan brush. Pulled that off. I'm going to take some of the mica in and I'm just going to dot it in little spots there. Well, now we've reached the inside of the card part of the broadcast. Use the Altenew well-read stamps for the first one, and one of the close to my heart, I choose you, for the one up at the top. Custom stamp on the back. Always set it in colors that I've got from the front to accent it. I decided, ooh, let's dress the envelope up a little bit. Got out one of my bigger blending brushes. I'm going in with a yellow tone first, and then I'm going to bring in some pink around the edges. And I realized, hey, I think I forgot the back. Oh, goodness. Yeah, well, there it is. All right, you better go get that back flap too. Tucking some in along the edge there, and then of course putting some candy hearts on the front, and this is from the Crafty Friends stamp with Happy Mail. So that's the card. I hope you're all getting some crafting in and sharing some kindness out to other people, because what's going on out there, gosh, we need it right now. Don't you agree? Anyway, thanks so much for watching, and we'll see y'all next time. Bye-bye.